So before I start talking about this topic, you guys know what I noticed. I did a video earlier and showed you guys my tree, and I saw my big ass ears. And I realized that I have my dad's big ass monkey ears. Like, I have some fucking Curious George on my fucking side of my head, man. Like, it might not look big from this angle, but I have some big ass ears. And I saw my dad one day. Like, I was at work one day and I saw my dad there. And he, like, walks in and he has his little hat on, his little hair's all hanging. And he has some big ass Curious George ears. I'm like, damn, he has some big ass ears. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now. Um, so there's something that I wanted to let you guys know, an experience that I had. And like like when I told you guys in one of my previous videos about I did home health care and I rode on like a handicap and disabled bus with clients. I've done that and it was like an everyday part of my life. I had to get used to doing that, riding on a bus with people. And sometimes it would be full, sometimes it wouldn't. So there, okay, get this right. I'm not gonna say the name of the company, but I just want you guys out there to know like what type of people that they hire and what type of people that they employ, like they allow to be employees for their company. So I never did talk about this. I mean, I might have told a couple people, but this place was where I used to live, and there was one girl in particular that I remember very clearly, and she was African American, and she was very quiet. She was she drove like the smaller buses, and then like she ended up switching over to the bigger buses to get more money. And the bigger buses, I don't remember what they pay, but I remember some of the guys would tell me like they were going to the big bus because they were going to be making like 18 plus an hour, 20 some an hour. So they were all like studying to like drive the big bus and make more money. And this girl happened to be one of them, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Right now I'm going to tell you like my experience with this girl. Now, back then, I had zero tolerance for bullshit. I didn't play no games. I didn't like let people walk all over me. If somebody disrespected me or somebody said something like that, like I would have to shut them down really fast. I'm not joking. Like I simmered down a lot now that I'm 30, but I still don't play that shit. So don't test me because you think I'm nice and whatever. Like I know my limits. I know like respect. I know like how you're supposed to treat people and stuff. So this girl was just plain disrespectful. Um I know what her name is, and she just always like I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything or beat around the bush with you. But this girl always looked crazy. Like, and she was a pretty girl and everything. She's quiet. She seemed nice. But she hardly fucking talked. And it's like, you can't fucking be quiet. You have to talk. You have to communicate with your customers. Like, people don't read fucking minds unless you're from, like, fucking another planet or something. So, she had a boyfriend that she was dating, and he worked for this bus place, this bus company. He was like a dispatcher, or I don't know what this fucking guy did. He was also African American, and my friend that I was with was African American, right? And um, he okay. I worked with this guy, and okay, let me just say this: this guy's in a wheelchair, he is like disabled. He is very limited to what he can and can't do. Um, and this girl and her boyfriend, we was at the mall one day, and I was standing there, and then I didn't say anything, but this girl and her boyfriend, they were sitting down, like we were here and they were over here, and they were talking. And then like my friend, he like wheels himself over there, and he asked them like, like, can I get on the bus or whatever, or are you guys here to pick me up? And then her boyfriend got disrespectful with my friend. And then he turns around and comes back over, and he looked upset. Clearly, he was upset. So I'm like, like what happened or what's going on? What they say? And she just sat there and didn't say shit. So I'm just kind of like, oh man, here we go. So I asked him, and he told me that he said something. The guy said something about, oh, he's like, she's gonna take you. She's on break. You got a problem with that? And then like my friend's like, no, I don't have a problem with it. I was just asking because I just wanted to know if she was here to pick me up. So then when he told me that, I got so fucking heated. My blood was boiling at this point. My fucking blood pressure was probably skyrocketing to the fucking, I don't know what. I got so mad. I started like yelling and cussing at the top of my lungs because I was just that stupid back then. And I got so pissed. And they knew I was pissed because they were looking over at me. And she didn't say anything. She put her head down. And I was like talking to him, and I was pointing my finger. I was like going crazy, and I kicked this fucking cup over, and it went flying, and the fucking liquid went everywhere. So, when it was time to go, I was fucking cussing at the top of my lungs. I got on that bus, and he was like, he knew I was mad. I had every reason, I had every right to be fucking mad. And that guy jumped up and ran inside, and then she helped him onto the bus. And I started saying shit about like disrespectful people, dumbass bitches can't do their fucking job, and blah 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 blah. So like she looked like she was nervous, and she didn't say anything. She didn't apologize or anything. And I just kind of said what I said. And then like I jerked my his bus pass out, and I like gave it to her, and she's like, no, it's fine, it's okay. Like she gave us a free ride. And I'm like, bitch, just because you gave us a free ride don't mean it makes shit right. Like, your fucking boyfriend's disrespectful. And, like, I seen him again, and then I told this one guy, there's this other guy, and he was African American too, but he was a nice bus driver. And I told him I didn't like that guy that I saw one day. I was like, there's that fucking asshole that I saw at the mall that day, and he disrespected my friend, and he disrespected like other people around him. And I said, and I got so fucking mad, I don't like his girlfriend. So we was talking about him, and the guy was knocking on the door to try to get in. So he like tried to get disrespectful with his driver. The driver got disrespectful back to him. So this girl, okay, the guy that she was dating, dispatcher guy, he was married. He had a wife and kids at home, but he was cheating on his wife. And his girlfriend, the bus driver girl, was on drugs. And the bus company didn't know it. So one day she picks us up, and we like got, I was like, we had like this funny little shit going on, like this nickname for her. And I ain't gonna say what the nickname was, but it was just a joke between my friend and I because we just did not like her after that. And whenever I would say, so and so, he would be like, oh god, like roll his eyes. And so, like, she, what, she comes and picks us up one day, and we're on this little ass bus, and it's just the two of us, and it's her driving. We're going on the expressway, and I swear this girl is going faster than what the fuck the speed limit is. And I started getting kind of nervous. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like, why is this girl fucking speeding? What's up with her? Why is she doing this? And she was fucking out of her mind. Like, she wasn't even in her right mind. She didn't know where she was at. and she was turning these curves on top of the like the expressway or whatever highway, whatever the hell it is. She was turning these curves on these big ass bridges, and there was people that actually crashed off of those bridges, like going 90 because they were fucking stupid. But they actually survived with minor injuries. Go figure. So this girl, we was like about to fucking go off of the bridge, man. If we would have went off that bridge, we probably would have been dead. Like, or if I was her, I would have had a major lawsuit on this fucking company. So my friend, I'm like, this girl's crazy. Like, what the fuck is going on? He starts praying. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, my seatbelt was on, but all I hear him saying something about Valley of the Shadow of Death, and I'm like, this fucking guy's preparing for death. Later on, after she had dropped us off, she zoomed off in the bus. We found out she was on different types of drugs. Like, she fucking went to the big bus, fucking popped ecstasy, and TMI, this is just what I was told by another driver that I was talking to. He told me um, that girl, he said her name, he said she went to the big bus, she dropped people off, and she was fucking higher than the kite, on E, fucking popping pills and shit, going to work. And you know how they say it makes you like extra horny? Well, or some shit. I don't know. I don't know because I never took that shit and I don't ever want to take that shit. She was on E and she pulled that fucking big bus over and she got butt naked and she was masturbating on the fucking bus seat where fucking customers sit. And they had it on camera, all of it. And then the people were watching it in the surveillance room for the footage. They seen this girl pull the bus over, get butt ass naked, and masturbate. Then after she was done, she put her clothes back on, got up, drove away, and started picking up customers, and dropping people off like she didn't do nothing. Well, she got a suspension. She had to go through treatment. Then they gave her job back. Like she wasn't even terminated for that shit. So that just tells you right there, like what kind of people that these places are hiring, you know. And then they fire people for the wrong shit, and it's just like this place is so backwards. It's like that everywhere. I'm telling you, everywhere. But me and Miss Lady, I would have beat her ass that day. I wanted to. I wanted to beat her boyfriend's ass so bad. But it's a good thing I have self control. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I gotta go now. I'm tired. So I'll talk to you in my next video. Good night.